Hey, hey, welcome to Chatting with C. I am Miss C. I am C. And I just wanted to do a video today about something that um, I think is important to talk about. So I don't know who this is for or what, but I don't know. I guess through my own experiences and journey, I was too searching for and trying to find and come to find out that it's an illusion. So I just wanted to share and talk about it. So perfection. Let me put it just straight out the gate like this. Stop aiming for perfection. Just stop. Okay? Just stop. Perfection does not exist in the sense that you think it does. Okay? On the hunt every day to be perfect doesn't even make sense. And I say that to say that people say, chasing perfection creates motivation. In a sense, yes. Trying to become your better and best self is not trying to become perfect. No, 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 no. Trying to become or becoming your best self, the best version of you, is not trying to become perfect, because there's no such thing in that space, in that sense. Perfection is an internal acceptance, not an external validation. Ooh, that was good. I don't remember what I just said. Can I say it again? I don't know if I remember it. Hold on. Ooh, that was good. Okay, I hope somebody got it. Okay, so that is fact. Okay. When we're becoming our best selves and we are doing the work on ourselves, the idea is not to become perfect. The idea is to accept who and what we are, to accept the experiences that we're going through and use them to help push us along to become our best selves. Searching for perfection is an illusion created by society in this dimension. I'm going to use that word. To keep people limited, to keep your beliefs limited, to stop you from being able to connect, to accept, to take accountability. Perfection is actually the searching and trying to find perfection so that, like, oh, I'm going to do the work because eventually I'm about to be perfect, is not the intent at all. Because when you really tap in and you really start to become your best self, you start to realize that every experience that you ever had was perfect for you. Every lesson that you ever learned was perfect for you. That who you are and who you were born as and who you will expand into is perfect for you. So yes, perfection exists, but not in the sense that it's I guess, a destination, like that you finally get to perfection and that, like, oh, everybody sees you as perfect. Perfect is being able to actually take the things that you think are wrong or negative and accepting them for what they are and realizing that they are meant and purposeful for you and where you're at and where you're going in your journey. It's being able to appreciate and recognize that everything about you is perfect in an imperfect way. Your flaws, as you call them, as we call them, are things that, right, people are like, oh, this is what's bad about me. These are the things. They're the things that have helped you survive. They are the things that have helped you to grow. They're the things that have helped you to get to where you are, right? Like, there was no perfect answer. There was no perfect direction to go. There was no perfect way to handle the situation. You handled it the way that you did because that felt natural and right to you in that moment. And it created an experience that would resonate with you. Therefore, that was perfect. Therefore, you took that experience and you realized that, hey, I want to be better. I want to expand on that. I want to dig into why I responded that way and create something different. Like, that's the idea of it. So it's not to come and be like, oh, well, I'm going to do the work on myself because I'm going to be perfect. And everybody's going to be like, oh my God, you're so perfect, girl. You don't do anything wrong anymore. You make every decision right. Every decision you've always made up until now has been correct and has been right. And you're going to continue to do it because it's for you. Get out of the mindset that you have to have everything right. You do not. Perfection is not the goal in a sense. It's the goal if you are trying to be accepted and received and validated by external forces. That would be society, that would be family, friends, your job, your neighbors, the community folk. If you are looking for them to praise you and to say all of these great and awesome things, then yes, perfection is the goal because you are looking for that validation, and that's the only way that you will know that you have succeeded and that you have made it, right? Like your success and your success in life is highly based on what the other people say, right? If it checks off all of the boxes that society says, these are the boxes that say that you have made it, that you're successful, that you are perfect in every sense of the word. If that is what you are after, then yes, perfection is what you're chasing, and by all means, have at it. What we have found and what you will find is that chasing that and chasing that and chasing that and chasing that and chasing that is still a void. Which is why people are still chasing it and still chasing it well into late in life. And you're looking at people going, why is this person this age still doing whoop-de-whoop-whoop? Because they are still chasing perfection from an external source. As opposed to recognizing that perfection in that sense is internal. It's an inner acceptance. It's an inner love. It's a recognizing that all of the things that are you, that make up the being of you, the experiences, the things you've gone through, the things you've said, all of that makes up you has been right for you. That as you are growing and evolving and doing things differently and changing the perspective of how you're seeing things, everything has been perfectly aligned to get you to where you're going, and it's right. So this is not going to be for everybody, because if you're waiting for the world to tell you that you're perfect and that you're right, then you're going to be chasing that for a while, for a little bit. Sorry, I keep looking at my little notebook because I had some notes that I wanted to make sure I said. And now I'm like, I don't even know if I done said half this stuff. Yeah, I said all that. Okay. So perfect does not exist. And if you pay attention to like society, right? Like we live in a world where obviously everybody's on the internet, everything's on the internet, everybody is exposing or putting everything out on the internet. And one things that we see a lot that is huge right now and has been for a number of years is the perfect body. What the perfect body should look like and what it is, right? Talk shows talk about it. They say who's the perfect woman or the perfect body and the perfect face based on dimensional aspects and whose body is actually proportioned right properly and all of these things, and right, and everybody's on this journey to create the best and most perfect body everywhere, and everybody's trying to accept their bodies. And then we're like, well, you shouldn't be happy about your body because it doesn't actually line up with what the perfect body is, but here you are really like excited about your body, and that is so weird. It's not. Let's stop there, right? So everybody's doing all this body work where we're seeing people are going under the knife, they're cutting and tucking and poking and pulling and stringing up and all kinds of stuff to have What is considered the perfect body? What is considered acceptable, right? Like, well, your titties isn't big enough, you got to get bigger ones. Your ass ain't big enough, you got to get a bigger ass. Well, your ass is too big, now you need to bring it in some. Your hips are too wide, we want to shrink them. Now we're talking about people cutting bones to be taller and shorter and all kinds of stuff, right? Just to be accepted, to receive the validation from societal external validations. But what you're noticing is people are going under the knife to get body work done. And they come out, woo, they great, body's banging. They on everything, we see it. Okay, they feeling themselves, absolutely. And then all of a sudden, a couple months later, a year or so later, these same people, a lot of them, if you're paying attention, need to get body work done again. Because the image and the idea of what a perfect body is in society is changing consistently, right? As new people are getting stuff done now, ooh, this is the new look. Ooh, this is new. And now people are basing their own internal worth and chasing external perfection based on what society and based on what other people deem as beautiful. And then you look at a person who's not getting anything done. They are embracing who they are as a being with all of who they are, and they are excited about that, and they're fine, and it is frowned upon. But it is not frowned upon on the person who is now looking and figuring out how to do 2 and 3 and is on their second and third body enhancement because they're still looking for the perfect body so that they can be accepted by external forces and by external people who really don't matter. Because if you're really paying attention, your body is perfect as it is. If you're working out to clear your mind, to keep your body up and active so that it can do what it is designed to do, to protect the skin cells and to protect the organs inside, to be able to replicate your cells in order to keep you actually active and going in this vessel that you have, as opposed to trying to be perfect, you will realize that your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do, without you needing to go and cut and chop and do other things to make it perfect. And if you're cutting and chopping to make your body seem perfect in a society, you will always be cutting and chopping and chasing that perfection, because the idea of what is acceptable and the idea of what is perfect is continuing to change and evolve. And if you are chasing that, you are going to, like I said, always find a void. There will never be any real acceptance until you take a moment to really look inside and decide what is, and look at it for what it is, appreciate it, and find the beauty and the acceptance in how it is created and how it is actually serving you the way that it is. Because what happens is you start cutting and chopping, and now people have issues of this and issues of that. People our butts are needing to be drained out. There's scarring left. There's all of these things now that people are finding ugly and trying to actually accept. And the thing was is that all you had to do was accept it for yourself in the very beginning. Perfection is not based on society. It is not based on external validation. It's based on the inside, and taking the time to recognize that it actually is serving you the way that it is supposed to, that your body is going to evolve as you are evolving as a person, that some things are going to grow and expand as you grow and expand, and it's natural. Some things are going to shrink down as you are releasing some things that you've been holding on to. Your body weight is going to start to change. I noticed that as I've been kind of going through the transition, I guess, or whatever, just really learning to accept myself and learning to be really tapped into who I am, my weight started shifting, and I couldn't understand why. I was like, well, what is going on? Like, I was a little thicker. My mom called me Juicy. I used to hate that. Like, Mom, why you gotta call me Juicy? But I went from like being a little stick figure to I plumped up, right, over time in my 20s and into my 30s. I became thicker and my weight fluctuated. And in the last couple of years, the last year or so, I've seen my weight like really drastically drop. And I really was thinking, like, what is going on? Like, maybe I need to eat more. Maybe I'm not eating. Maybe I'm not getting any nutrients. Oh my God, like I panicked in my mind. But I also recognized and put the correlation together that as I was doing the work and releasing some of that external validation, as I was releasing people, as I was releasing some of the traumas and healing through them that I've been through, as I started experiencing life and love in its truest form, that my body weight started to drop down so that I could release those things. All that stuff that I had been holding on to was added extra weight on the outside. As I released it, my body started to go back and it started to form back into how it can best protect and be perfect for me, to do what I needed to do so that I can accept me for who I truly am and see the beauty in that. And so as you're growing and evolving, so is your body to match, to go with you. I've released and shedded a lot of stuff and it shows. I was hanging on and holding on to all of these ideas and beliefs. And as I released them, I ended up becoming free. Free of the validation, free of the acceptance, free of the search for belonging from other people. And I started to do it internally. And now I can see things a lot clearer. So it's not the idea that I'm searching to become this perfect person in everybody's eyes, but I'm realizing that everything I am and everything that I have been and have expanded into has been perfect for me. And that's perfection in its truest form. It is the acceptance and the general unconditional love of you as you are, and understanding that everything about you is perfect for you. It may not be for somebody else. You cannot find it by judging your situation on somebody else's, by comparing the two, by saying, I'm supposed to be where she's at, I'm supposed to have what they have. That continues to keep you limited. It continues to keep a limited belief system in place, and it continues to keep you controlled. All the way. All the way. So I just wanted to say that. I just went for it. I didn't even think the video was going to be this long, but I will leave you with this quote. And it says, perfection is found in accepting your imperfections. That's where the freedom is. That's where the love is. And that is Bridget DeVoyu. So I hope that helps somebody as we're growing and evolving and doing the work, that you're not doing the work to become perfect. You're doing the work to accept what is already perfect and is already in alignment and is already beneficial and is already for you. Have a great day. Thank you.